Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of Chiefs Chat. For these 7 people that will watch this month, I very much appreciate your attention, and I hope that this will help you see what's going on here in our department. You know, it often seems like during these Chiefs Chat sessions, I'm talking about changes being made, and we always have a lot of change going on, and that's really no different than what's happening right now. We're enduring a lot of change today, and really between now and May, especially on the police side, there's going to be a lot of movement going on. And I want to encourage you again just to hang in there. You know, I don't like change that much, but I've also learned along the way that change is necessary for us to get where we need to go and for good things to happen in our organization. So the changes we've made have been good, but I know sometimes it can be frustrating and it can create an environment where we're not sure what tomorrow holds. And that's one of the reasons why we do this, is to try to help keep you in the loop as much as we possibly can. Especially on patrol, we've had a lot of change, a lot of movement because of promotions. And I even really don't like the lack of steadiness with our police supervision on patrol, and I'm hoping that eventually that will steady out a little bit. But just hang in there. All these changes are for the good, and I appreciate your patience, and I promise you that there is a method to the madness as we move forward with this. Speaking of change, we are also going to be recognizing some of our folks that we are promoting on Friday, March 15th at 1 o'clock. Very excited about that. I hope you all can come out and support your team. On the police side, Captain Tommy Simpson, who's already actually been in the role for a little while now, we're going to be recognizing him. And we have 2 new sergeants, Sergeant Freeman and Sergeant Tappan, who will be going to patrol. We're very excited about that and be recognizing them on that Friday as well. Now on the fire side, we're doing a reclassification with Tim Stowers' position. He is currently a captain, and we're going to be reclassifying that position to battalion chief. So he'll be promoted that day as well. And that leads into another discussion I wanted to share with you just briefly about, and that's RAPSTIC. First of all, physically, RAPSTIC is being worked on right now. Insurance has done their thing, and now the building is being repaired, and we're hoping that it will be open by this summer. But I'm really excited about the fact that RAPSTIC itself is going to be changed as far as how we do operations moving forward in the future, and that's why we are reclassifying Tim's position to a battalion chief position. In the past, as you all know, we've had some frustrations in dealing with Roswell, as they've had technically more of an ownership stake than we've had with RAPSTIC, even though we use it just as much, if not more. We're changing that now. We're going to have a 50-50 representation with Roswell, and going to completely change the way we operate that building and our training center moving forward. And so Roswell will have a 50% representation, we'll have 50% representation, and Battalion Chief Stowers will be overseeing that. So this is going to make things a lot better for us moving forward and using that building. It's a great training center. We just want to make sure it's being utilized correctly, and so we're excited about that. And once we get that repaired, we have a lot of plans and ideas moving forward for that property and what we want to do, and expanding the training center as well. So stay tuned for that. But just know that the building's on the way, and that we're also excited about Battalion Chief Stowers taking over the role of leading and working with Roswell in an equal partnership to make sure that we work that training center in an efficient and progressive manner. So this month we'll be having our annual meetings as we do every March. Next week, actually, I'll be meeting with the fire department on the mornings of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And then later this month, March 28th, we'll be having our meeting with the police. And so we have a lot to talk about, some things I'm excited about. I know I mentioned in my previous Chiefs Chat that we recently had our council retreat, which we did. And I've got some things to share with you about that, but instead of sharing that with you here, I'm going to share that with you in person and give you some updates on some topics I know you're very interested in, all the things that we have been talking about a lot lately. But I wanted to have the time to be sure and explain to you in detail some of the things that we're looking for moving forward from that council retreat, and I'll be excited about that. But as always, I want you to come out. We'll provide breakfast for fire and lunch for PD. Come with your questions. We'll be sure and try to cover as many topics as we can. But again, this is another example of us trying to make sure we keep you in the loop and keep communication open both ways. And this is a very important day, or days I should say, in the life of our organization. So please come out if you can and be a part of this. And we'll look forward to looking at what the rest of 2019 holds for us, as well as the next 2, 3, even 5 years in our department. And finally, I always like to end talking about Chiefs coins. I just gave 2 Chiefs coins out last Monday night to 2 police officers. John Smith, he was on a call and was at a local hotel establishment and was dealing with a family that was down on their luck. They had planned on going the next day to move into a new location. Something had happened with that. They had 2 small children and no money, and John stepped up and out of his own pocket paid for them another night in their room. That is phenomenal. What a great example of enhancing the quality of life of those that live, work, and play here in Alpharetta. And what a generous act on his part, and that was definitely worthy of being recognized with the Chiefs coin. And then Ryan Frank was the other one, and Ryan came across a an elderly female on a traffic stop, and she had tag issues, and Ryan ended up escorting her over, first of all, to the admissions place to realize they did not actually have to have admissions, and from there to the tag office. And then from that point, she didn't really know where she was disoriented, and he actually made sure that she got back home safely by escorting her back home. So again, most officers in a situation like that in other departments, it would have been a quick traffic stop and that would have been it. But he went well above and beyond the call of duty in taking the time to spend with her to make sure she got her tag situation figured out. But more importantly, she got back home as well. So another great example of enhancing the quality of life. And so please, if you know anybody that's worthy of getting that coin, let me know, pass it up the chain, and we would love to hear about that. Thanks again so much for your time, and as always, don't forget to let us know if you have any questions or comments or concerns about anything. We're always looking for input and excited about the future here in Alpharetta.